Good morning again. This week, as we get started, we're taking a look more at mental illness, and you've seen several videos now about it. One of the things that we're really quick to do is we're quick to label people that we find to be different. We say they're crazy, they're sick, they're mentally ill, whatever it is that we label them as being, without any really good rationale about what it truly means to be mentally ill. We need to remember there's two kinds of mental illness. There's those that are physiologically induced, those that have biological backgrounds. Those are the types of mental illnesses that genetically come to us. They're gifts, if you will, from our family heritage. And those particular diseases, like schizophrenia and bipolar disorder, are not things that you choose to get or that you just simply pick up and acquire. You're born with a tendency toward them, and then they develop as you grow and get older. Luckily, medication has become effective, and not in such a long time past that it came about. It's only been about 25 years that we really started to understand the physiological aspects of some mental disorders. Other types of mental disorders, such as PTSD, things like sociopathic behavior. These are learned behaviors, phobias, things that you don't choose to get, but because of life circumstances, they develop in us a tendency to be mentally ill. There are things that, yes, medication can help, and lots of times therapy will be a great help in keeping them under control, or even to eliminating them in some cases. Therapy also helps people who have the genetically or physiologically induced diseases, but typically they're not something you're going to get over. They're with you to stay. It depends on how able you are to cope with what that disease has handed you. So as you start to take a look at this and understand that the DSM-4, and particularly the new one coming out, is there as a guideline. It keeps you from guessing at everything that you do. And it says there are certain things that we see that different disabilities have in common, things that would lead us to believe that it's something that you may be suffering from, and we think there are some things that we can help depending on those circumstances. PTSD has long been misunderstood, and it's something that can be caused not just by going to war, but by being a victim of violent crime, of something that is violent or horrific enough to you to cause you to have a real problem of being able to cope. So in psychosocial rehabilitation, what we look for is not necessarily to cure, but to find a way for people to be functional, to be able to find a level of ability to adapt to the surroundings around them, and to have maybe a normal life for them, even though it's something that may not get cured. I would also like to ask you, please don't send attachments. They are so difficult to go from one domain to another. It has to go out of Blackboard onto a desktop, then be read, and then go back to Blackboard. Just put your answers into Blackboard. It'd make it a lot easier for me, and the discussion is certainly a lot easier for each of you to be able to communicate with each other. Here again, if you have any questions or any comments, or even if you find typos, feel free to share it with me, and I'll look forward to working with you, and I hope you have a great week.